Oh my gosh. Yikes. I almost don't want to go over this. Foreclosure data from 2024. And this is so shocking that I don't know if I even would have included this in the video if it wasn't for Danielle DiMartino Booth retweeting it. Because obviously, she does her homework and she's fantastic. I know her personally, and she's going to dot her I's and cross her T's. Now, she doesn't get it. I'm sure she's retweeted things that are fake news before, but I don't think it would happen very often. And then I actually did a little bit of research here, which you'll see. It seems like this could be right. So let's dive into the foreclosure data from 2024, and you guys be the judge as to how accurate you think these numbers are. Sit down, buckle up. It's stiff drink time. All right. Here we go. This is on mortgagecalculator.org. So they almost did like a visual capitalist thing where they've got these, I don't know what you'd call them, diagrams here, these visual representations of the underlying data that helps you kind of see things in a way that's easier to, let's say, digest. And they've got the receipts here. Look, in case of, no, they actually gave the, here we go. Their source is the U.S. States Census Bureau. I mean, I guess if I've got some time tomorrow, I'll have to go on the census.gov and just double check this. But let's get into it here. So the state of the housing stability in America, evictions and foreclosures mapped. Where in the U.S. is the highest percentage of residents who are likely to be evicted or foreclosed upon? So you're looking at renters and you're looking at homeowners who have that mortgage payment, obviously that don't own their home outright. And I will go down and read how they're coming to these conclusions. But basically what they're doing is they're looking at the income levels, and they're saying, okay, what are the housing costs? What would it cost to have a mortgage for the average house? And how close are we getting to that point where it's occupying so much of their income that there's just no way that they're going to be able to pay? I know I'm not saying that's the entire rationale, but I'm almost positive that is one input. We'll get into that here in a moment. The average percentage of residents who are likely to be evicted or foreclosed upon in 2024 in each U.S. state. Now, look at these numbers, from 19.9% on the low end to 38.6%. Come again? I mean, this is staggering. Right here, they say the percentage of adults in households behind on rent or mortgage and likely facing eviction or foreclosure within 2 months. So it sounds like they're looking at the income data, but then they're also looking at, I don't know, mortgage data, banking data. I'm not sure. I'm really interested to dive into this deeper. But I mean, look at this. Idaho, 38.6% of people, renters and homeowners with a mortgage. And let me just say this another way, so it's sinking in here. 38.6% of the population of Idaho that don't own their home outright, that are either paying rent or paying a mortgage, are 2 months from being evicted or foreclosed upon. Unbelievable. Here are the 15 largest U.S. metropolitan areas ranked by the percentages. Dallas-Fort Worth, 39%. And at the low end, we've got New York, New Jersey, or New York and Newark at 24.7. That's at the low end. The U.S. average is 30.7%. Here's the breakdown by month, and you can see these wild swings here from, as an example, I know Boston metropolitan area, we've got 37% were in that category as of July, August 2024. And then the next time period, it drops down to 4.3%. So obviously they are using other inputs than just the amount they're paying versus their income. Okay, so now, and this, they are saying that this is not only the U.S. Census Bureau, but also it is the Household Pulse Survey. So according to them, and you guys can pull this up to fact check me. I mean, I'm going to be doing this myself tomorrow. It looks like you can go to the census.gov and look for the household pulse survey and then pull up the data just to confirm. Now, getting back to the entire article here, they give you the summary breakdown of the most dangerous areas. And then here, why is housing insecurity so high in Dallas, Texas, they say? A presentation by the City Council of Dallas found substantial evidence of a dramatic decrease in affordable homes for its residents. Fewer than 1/5 of the renters in Dallas make the $100,000 salary required to afford a typical Dallas home. And there are 40,000 too few homes that are affordable for households making an annual salary of $55,000 or below. The rental insecurity of Dallas has become increasingly dire. There are 100,000 fewer rental units available for $1,000 or less per month than in 2017. Well, that doesn't surprise me. The number of rental units costing $1,500 or more decreased by 66,000. Residents in Dallas face the highest eviction and foreclosure rates from May, June at 48%, and July, August at 61%. Now, keep in mind that just because you're on the path to foreclosure, it doesn't necessarily mean you're screwed, because you most likely have home equity and you could just, you can fire sell that house and you kind of, your problems are solved there. But not everyone. I mean, some people, especially in Dallas, would be upside down, especially in Austin and other places in the United States. And then if you borrowed against the house, took out a home equity or a refinance or something like that, then potentially you could be upside down, depending on your LTV and when you did it. So it's not like 61% of these, this 61% that represents, are just completely screwed. Again, if they own their home outright, they've got the equity, they can sell it. But a substantial percentage, obviously, are going to be screwed if this is correct. And then the 61% that include the renters, then what do they do? I mean, if your option is you can't buy a house, so that's off the table. Your other option is you rent. If that's off the table, then there's only one other option. That would be homeless. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, the highest rate of residents facing eviction or foreclosure at 56.7%. So that would mean the highest within the year period. This staggering number is only the second highest we encountered in our housing crisis analysis. What is contributing to Miami's housing crisis? According to a report by Miami Homes for All, Miami is experiencing housing shortage. Okay, they keep going back to the shortages. The shortages, I guess they're just driving prices up so high that the renters can't afford the rent, and the people that are buying the homes, they can't afford the mortgage. But I don't know how the homeowners would fall into that category to where the increasing home prices would put them in a position of foreclosure, unless these people, let's say, bought over the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, and they got over their skis. Their purchasing power has gone down in other areas, and therefore they can't afford that mortgage that they took out, or maybe some of them have an adjustable rate mortgage. See, again, I need to get into the weeds here to understand how on earth they're coming to these numbers, which are absolutely staggering. Yeah, rents skyrocketed by 72% between 2010 and 2022 because of the government's response to the cerveza sickness. And then they have this warning, or kind of what to do if you're in the process of being foreclosed upon or facing eviction. Wow, this is some sobering stuff, even for me. Hey guys, I'd like to personally invite each and every one of you to attend this year's Rebel Capitalist Live. This is the incredible conference I put on annually that helps you build a bulletproof portfolio. It helps you increase your personal freedom and liberty, and also it helps you increase the size of your network. In other words, you get to meet a lot of like-minded individuals, fellow rebel capitalists. It's in Orlando, May 23rd through the 25th. Past speakers have included people like Robert Kiyosaki, Ron Paul, Peter Schiff, Mike Maloney, Lynn Alden, just to name a few. So to get your tickets ASAP and to find out who is speaking at this year's Rebel Capitalist Live, you can check it out at rebelcapitalistlive.com. And just a little quick insider information, if you get your tickets sooner than later, you can get a discount, because as we get closer and closer to the event, the tickets go up in price. So don't wait. Go to rebelcapitalistlive.com right now and get your tickets, and I will see you in Orlando May 23rd through the 25th.